Gentlemen, welcome to episode 17 of a show about football. I'm your boy Cam Mars, joined by Craig Jordan. And of course, y'all heard from us yesterday a little bit with the halftime report, slight recap. Um, we now have our national championship game. We will have Michigan versus Washington. And to my understanding, Michigan did open as 6.5 point favorites. That game will be played down in Houston at NRG Stadium. So college football is basically pretty much a wrap. We can almost stick a fork in it, tie a bow in it, however you want to say it. It's given us it's 4 months of excitement, 4 months of storylines, 4 months of drama, all the things that college football gives you. And now we're finally getting ready to, put this season in the dirt and look on to 2024.
Yeah, man, I can't believe it's already here. The national championship game, the Natty,
Yeah,
the one
6 days away.
that everybody's been looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I did have Washington going to the. I did have Washington getting into the playoff. I think I had Washington getting into the playoff. So I'm like, I don't know, 3 for 1 on my beginning of the season playoff picks. So I'm pretty happy about that.
I don't remember my beginning of the season playoff picks. I don't remember, but I will say I did call a Michigan Washington national championship. So I will take that. I will pat myself on the back. All that Bama, this, that, and the third. I told y'all what it was, and we saw what it was.
Nah, stop playing, bro. Stop playing. They barely beat.
Well, I did say Michigan Washington. I said that.
You did say it. You did say that, but don't get on here talking about some we I knew what it was and we saw what it was. No. Bro, Michigan needed overtime first of all to win that game. And second of all, if the ball had bounced a different way a few times, then yeah, we're definitely talking about Alabama Washington. But I will say hats off to Michigan for thugging it out. You know what I'm saying? Blake Corum, he was kind of silent all game, definitely broke out in the overtime period like we said on the show. And I wanna give Alabama some credit because like they had Michigan on the ropes, bro. They had Michigan on the ropes with like 2 minutes left, bro.
Yeah,
But
and
it's not about how you start; it's about how you finish, of
that
course.
and speaking of not how you start and how you finish, I want to give a shout out to Roman Wilson who on the fourth down, was that a fourth down? I think either third or fourth down, he had a block in the back. That set Michigan back a couple yards, 15 yards, set them back 15 yards, and he definitely made up for it. He definitely more than made up for it. I believe he had that unbelievable catch, and then he also, I believe, scored a touchdown as well, to help send that game into overtime. So kudos to him. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. And you said that about Bama, and that's kind of where my pushback is where, yeah, we can shout them out for they won the third quarter. They definitely won the third quarter, but you got to win the fourth, and you got to win overtime.
They won the third quarter and probably like 90% of the fourth quarter.
But they didn't. They didn't win the
That's fair.
quarter,
That's
though.
fair.
They
That's fair.
didn't
I'm
win the
just I'm
quarter.
just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. But
They-
uh, some people were saying online though, and I don't know. This is kind of a crazy take, but do you think Nick Saban? You think some people might start rumbling in Bama, talking about he can't get it done anymore?
no, I don't think people would say that. For the simple fact that we said that in early in the season, and what did he do? He turned it around. He led his team to the playoff. Whether you believe that they should have been in or not, and then the decision maker, the committee said they did belong there, and he led them to the playoff, and he gave his team a chance to win. They had a chance to win that game. Like you said, it wasn't overtime. The game wasn't overtime. They had a chance to win. So you can't say he can't get it done when he was just there 24 hours ago.
Mm. That's what I was saying to all the
Like,
naysayers on Twitter. Some people were saying Nick Saban's coaching for his job, all this and that. First of all, Nick Saban won a national championship not even 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I don't
and,
think that's coaching for your job.
and Nick Saban isn't coaching for his job. Nick Saban basically has a lifetime contract. It's over when he wants it to be over. And for people saying that, kind of like what I pushed back against, but what you said a couple of days ago, was it playoff for bust? Where were they at? The playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I just want to say, on a side note, really quick, man, where the hell was this Bama squad when we played them? Because if that was us, bro, last night, if that was us, Georgia, bro, we would have stomped them, bro. I needed
But it
Jalen
wasn't
Milrow.
y'all.
I needed Jalen Milrow to start fumbling snaps in the SEC championship game. I was like, where
Okay,
was
those
these?
are bad snaps. Those are bad snaps.
Those were bad snaps. But I was like, where was this Bama squad 4 weeks ago? they made it seem like, all right, they finna run a table, all this other stuff. That was a very sloppy game. It was very sloppy
Yeah, it
on
was
both
on
sides.
both sides. Yeah, on both literally on both sides. Michigan's punt returner. Well, Samaj Morgan muffed the punt early in the game. And then when everything was on the table, they put in a different punt returner, and he muffed it. And luckily recovered it. Got tackled on the 1 yard line. They were able to sneak into overtime, but that could have potentially ended the game there. They had a bad snap on the field goal, which prompted overtime. They would have won in regulation if it wasn't for that. So definitely some bounces that went the wrong way, things like sloppiness and things like that. But I would say this: Michigan was due. Michigan was definitely due.
Of course. I agree. I agree.
Like they were due. I mean, how many bites at the apple do you like? They like it's more if you get enough bites at the apple, eventually you're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I mean that's the Ohio State formula. You know how many bites the apple Ohio State got between 2000 and 2010 just to get two natties, bro? Yeah, sometimes you gotta, or not 2000 to 2010, 2000 2020. They had a lot of bites of the apple, came out twice. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. It's only a matter of time. I do think that they're gonna have trouble against this Washington squad though, because this Washington squad is not Alabama. I'm sorry, they're just not
Yeah.
Alabama. Um, and that's weird to say because I feel like it should be the vice versa. But this Washington squad is not Alabama. They can put up points. They can put up points fast. They have potentially three NFL caliber receivers. Um, if Dylan Johnson plays, which is not looking like he will, that's a tank of a running back. And this Washington defense, for as many points as they give up or have given up this year, when they need that one stop, they seem to always get it.
I think I think Michigan's physicality will show up this game, but I think that may be the deciding factor. That defensive line, how they got after it yesterday against a more mobile quarterback. I'm not saying Penix can't run, but he's not Jalen Milrow. How they got after it against him, I think that will be something that causes Washington problems. I think Michigan will definitely try to confuse Penix, will definitely diversify the coverages, and once again, and they'll also their blitzes like that defensive front, man. I think that's gonna be a tough test for Washington.
Mm, that's a good point. My only counter to that is I feel like Washington's offensive line is kind of proven at this point. I mean, we've seen them the last few weeks, especially against that Oregon team, which that Oregon defensive line wasn't anything to write home about. You know what I'm saying? They definitely have some athletes on that defensive line, and they shut them down. The reason why a lot of the Michael Penix throws open up the way that they do is because he has
He got time.
all day in the pocket,
Yeah,
all day in the
yeah.
pocket.
Yeah, and that's why I said that Michigan will definitely we'll see some exotic defensive packages, exotic blitzes, and things like that. Jesse Mentor is a good defensive coordinator, and I think he'll find a way to rattle Penix. Like I just think he will. Not and of course Washington's good as well. Kalen DeBoer and that staff is good at they're good at what they do as well. So I think Washington will definitely have opportunity to make plays, but I think that Michigan over time in that game, I think they'll win out, and I think that physicality will have something to do with it too on both sides of the ball.
Mm, I
Like
feel
kind
it.
of like what we saw against Bama. Like when it came down to it, Michigan's offensive line was able to move Bama, give Blake Corum enough room, and he's finally able to break loose. The same thing on defense when it was was it fourth and goal on a 3 yard line. Milrow tried to go up the middle, and their defensive line was up to the fight.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and I think what makes it really tough for me to, and I don't even know if I'll be able to pick. If I go to the sports book for this game, like I definitely would probably take out some money on both squads because like I just think it's that close at this point. Um, the biggest thing that I foresee if Washington were to win this game, they'd have to win it early. Like they'd have to like really run it up quick, which is going to be hard against this Michigan team because this Michigan team, as you can see, they come out firing on all cylinders. So I guess it's gonna be one of those. I gotta see the momentum of the game to see what's gonna happen, because like I could see a situation where it's 24-24 in the fourth quarter, and at that point, Michael Penix said, "Bro, they wrote us off, man, and we ain't right back. We ain't
Man,
right
that's Geno
back."
Smith, man. Geno Smith said that first.
Hey,
But
still Seattle connection though.
but
Hey,
so this is what I say about this. I was like, you don't want to get into a grinded out slugfest type of game with a Big Ten team.
mm.
Like you don't want to do that with them.
Yeah, but Washington, they've played in some inclement games. Here's the key factor is Dylan Johnson. If Dylan Johnson isn't a go, and it's not looking nice, like that injury he had last night, I'm pretty sure he might be done. They might pull him for the season. But if Dylan Johnson plays, injured or not, if he can be effective on the ground, I think that's what's going to take it over the top for Washington. Honestly, that's the X factor. If he can play, if he can't play, then it's a wrap. Because that's kind of we've talked about Michael Penix and Roma Duze, Jalen McMillan, all these guys on offense, but we usually don't talk about Dylan Johnson. The fact that he is a gamer and he has run for over 100 yards a few times this season, over 200 yards, I think twice. And I think they even broke down the play calling from these last few games for Washington. A lot of people think that Washington is this high flying offense. No, they run the ball almost half the time. You know what I'm saying? They run it. So I think, yeah, man, that's why it's tough to call, man. This is one of those championship games, bro, where I would love to see Michigan win it. Finally, it's been a while since I was like 5,
listen,
I think.
uh,
Yeah,
listen. Let me tell you something, man.
but I don't know.
Dylan Johnson, Dylan Brooks, Dylan Gabriel, Michael Penix, Michael Jordan, Michael Phelps, Jalen Rose, Jalen McMillan. I don't give a damn. Michigan by 7. Let's
Nah,
go. Go
hell
blue.
nah, hell nah,
Yeah.
hell nah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Washington by 3. And here's the thing,
Take them. You
I'm gonna
can
take
have them.
I'm gonna take Washington by 3, and I'm gonna say they're gonna win by 3 because Michigan is gonna fumble a field goal or something like that. That's gonna lose them the game. The
Nah.
Michigan team that I saw yesterday, they can't afford to play like that against a Washington squad. They got to clean it up, which I think I will say
They will.
a lot of those mistakes are very clean upable. So, but I think it's Washington by 3. I'm taking them by
They
3.
will. I think I agree with you. They can't afford to make mistakes like that against a team that can score quick. I agree with that. I'm not arguing with that. But I think, like you said, I think they're fixable. I think they'll clean them up. I think they're working on the snaps right now as we speak. And I think they'll be ready to go, man. Like I picked Michigan. Once the playoff picture got clear, I said I'm riding with Michigan, and that's what I'm going to do.
I feel you. I feel you. I got to ride with the dogs. Not only for the affiliation, the fact that I live out in Seattle, but yeah, they've just had an amazing season this year.
And,
And even last night, Quinn Ewers was looking like he was finna fuck some shit up last minute, but Washington held their own. So you know what I'm saying, go
and
dogs.
like for one thing, it's lovely to see a Big Ten matchup, man. I'm going to see a Big Ten matchup, man. Big Ten football, man. You know what it is. We had to knock the SEC up out of here. We had to do what had to be done. We're gonna see a Big Ten matchup, Big Ten or Big Ten crime. Exciting to see.
Nah, technically it's Pac-12 on Big Ten, but still the
Listen.
affiliation is there.
Hey, yeah,
The affiliation is there as of
the
next year.
affiliation is there exactly because if Texas was in there with Bama, you know what they would be saying.
Oh yeah, the future of the SEC is bright.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, I know.
Exactly. So
Hey
that,
yo,
and then
go ahead, go ahead.
I want to say number two, Quinn Ewers, he has to come back to school, right? I like I know they had a chance at the end of the game, but like yeah, man, he needs to come back.
For sure. Like I think for all of excuse my language, for all of the dick eating they did this year, saying how much better he was and how much more composed he was. Look, Quinn Ewers is still not a big game quarterback. I'm sorry. Like for whatever the stats say, whatever you want to say, but he when it matters, I don't think Quinn Ewers is built for that quite yet, which I think that can develop with experience and over time. But at this moment, after what I saw last night, if I'm in his camp, I'm like, hey, yo, dog, I don't care who behind you. If it's Manning, Brady, or freaking Staubach, you got to come back.
Stop. You need to come back. Yeah. And then for just to remind people, like technically he should be a sophomore. He should be a sophomore right now. Left school a year early for the NIL. I don't care what anybody say. He left it for the NIL and went to Ohio State for a couple months. But he should be a sophomore in school right now, which is fine because that's what he looks like. He looks like someone who needs another year, needs more experience, needs some more reps. Because a couple times throughout that game, I saw Oklahoma State Quinn from last year.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple throws that are off target and things like that. So I think there is some work that he needs to be done. Like you said, don't let Archman is behind you, so blah blah blah. No, man, like you're still a proven quarterback. You'll still be your starting position if you come back to Texas, and that's what you should do. Like don't pick a Cam Ward because that's not your position. You don't have to do that.
Yeah,
But no, I'm not even trying to be.
definitely,
Cam Ward could prove me wrong, but like, come on now, he should probably still be at school.
probably. For sure. Yeah, and I think what Quinn Ewers really needs to work on is it's that consistency that everyone was talking about earlier this year when they played Bama. Because if you watched that game last night, for all the viewers out there, you saw is like Jekyll and Hyde at certain moments. You saw like, wow, Quinn Ewers can't get the ball over the line of scrimmage, and then it's like, oh wow, Quinn Ewers can like make all the throws, and then it's like, oh, now we're back to I can't get the ball over the scrimmage, Quinn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Like he got to work
and
on that.
he can scoop. He can scoop. I know he can scoop like that.
He can, yeah. Quinn, he's
Yeah,
got some legs on him. He's got some legs on him, and he actually slides. Pause. He actually slides, unlike Jaden Daniels. He actually slides.
yeah, no, like, but Mike Penix was great. I know I'm jumping around. Mike Penix, he was great yesterday. I think he wanted to show, hey, I should have won that Heisman.
So, really quick side question. Now, you say that the Heisman Trophy winner is usually goes to the most. Is it like an MVP award, the most valuable player, basically?
It's the best. A lot of times, it's the best player on the best team. But if you remember how the narrative on Washington was that they didn't want Washington to win that Pac-12 championship.
Mm,
So Penix kind of became somewhat of an afterthought. And Jaden Daniels was dominant. You know what I'm saying? He was dominant. He was dominant. Mike Penix dominant as well. Jaden Daniels just does it a different way. Like I just think that to the naked eye when you watching the game, like pause, it hits harder when when the quarterback can run and throw.
mm,
Because Jaden Daniels he can give you 300 yards pass and 160 on the ground, five
mm-hmm,
total touchdowns.
mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Mike Penix more, he'll sit back there and just air it out. So it looks when you're watching it, you're like, man, he running, passing, boom, boom. Like it look a little different.
Yeah, but if he wins this natty, bro, Jaden Daniels got to give him that shit back.
Yeah, man, Jay Daniels ain't giving a damn thing
I
back,
know,
and he
I know.
shouldn't. He shouldn't because I wouldn't give it back. Nah,
I
man, I won
know.
this fair and square.
Hey,
You seen the
wait.
votes?
After all them hits he took, bro, yeah, he won it fair and square. Like
Mm-hmm.
he earned that. But yeah, it just makes me wonder, and I get there have been in the past Heisman Trophy winners that didn't end up playing for Natties. That happens more often than not, I think. Correct? Um,
Lamar Jackson.
yeah, Lamar, Johnny Manziel, them niggas weren't playing for no Natty.
Yeah, but they were just so good.
Yeah. Yeah, they were good, and he stood out on your TV every time you watched him play. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Williams didn't win a natty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a few, but I always wonder, like, especially if Michael Penix comes into the natty and he airs it out or puts up a crazy stat line, people are gonna be wondering. I feel like.
Yeah. And we also have to remember it's a regular season award.
Mm.
At the end of the day, it's a regular season award. He'll like if they win, he'll get like most outstanding player of the national championship, whatever. But regular season award, and we have to take that into account.
That's true. That's true. I get that. I get that. Yeah, and quick other news, really quick. Callie McManus is heading to your homeboys at Rutgers.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah, I knew that. A lot of former Minnesota staffers are over there. The offense coordinator Kurt Soraka is a former. He's a former Minnesota OC, so it makes sense.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah,
Also, Dallas Turner did not waste any time by declaring for the draft right after the game. Alabama,
didn't even take a shower.
yeah, Alabama edge rusher Dallas Turner probably tweeted that shit when he was still on the field, but he's going to the draft if y'all cared. And then
Yeah,
also apparently I don't know if this is like a real thing or not, or if this is just news, but apparently Jordan Travis might have a future as a recruiter. They saying that he got DJ Ukulele signed at Florida State, so he's making his impact felt even though he's not on the field anymore.
yeah, that's a good pickup for Clemson. I mean Clemson, gosh, that's a good pickup for Florida State. I just think it's kind of funny that because I'm pretty sure that like I've seen Florida State fans clown ukulele and say, "Yo, you're trash, you're buns, this, that, and the third," and now he's like their quarterback, and they love him. Like fandom is funny. Like fandom is funny. You're terrible until you play for them. But I do think it was a good pickup. Definitely, they said DJ was decided between Florida State and the NFL. He decided to do opposite Cam Ward and go to Florida State and try to give it another year. I will say this is his third system in 3 years, but he's an older player. I'm pretty sure he could pick it up and try to get Florida State to the playoff this year, not outside, but to the playoff. So I'm definitely looking forward for that. I think it's a good fit.
Yeah, I don't know what the knock on DJ Ukulele was this past year. I personally think that he had a pretty decent season. I mean, from the times that I saw him at Oregon State, I'm not saying it was like a revolutionary change from him at Clemson to him
Oh,
at
he's much better. He's
Oregon
much
State.
better. He's much better.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, makes a lot better decisions. I honestly, there was really no knocks on him. I mean, he led a pro style offense at Oregon State, and I mean, they won 9 games this year, I think. So, uh, yeah, shout out to DJ Ukulele, like you said. I think if they got some weapons coming back on that offense, they could be dangerous next year.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Like, I think they'd be dangerous. Um, Mike Norvell's a good coach. You know what I'm saying? I know I killed him the other day, but Mike Norvell's a good coach. And so I'm definitely excited to see what happens there. Other ACC news: Miami needs a quarterback. They need a quarterback. I don't know what they're doing in Coral Gables. I have no idea. They can recruit everything else but a quarterback.
Mm.
And for those of you who don't know, it was said on the internet. I think I said it here on the podcast last week that Cam Ward was a shoe in basically to Miami. He was signed, sealed, delivered. There was no questions asked. I heard they were fucking. I heard Adidas was printing his jersey. That's
Mm.
that's how for sure it was. I heard that they had got him an apartment and everything.
Mm.
Um, and then I think yesterday morning he hops on the X and he says, "Yo, it's Cam Ward. I'm going to the league." He's Miami, asked out to a certain extent. But then I heard reports that, hey, KJ Jefferson may come there. KJ Jefferson says no. 30 minutes later, he says, I'm going to UCF, which is a great fit with Gus Malzahn, by the way. The way he
Mm-hmm.
plays, that Gus Malzahn offense, great fit. They'll make some noise in the Big 12 next year. And then now they may bring in Malachi Nelson. I heard who is he's a freshman at USC, and he entered the portal, so he may end up there. But also, what I heard is that he's a couple years away from meaningful snaps, and maybe now there's a possibility of Will Howard. I'm not sure. I know that I believe Howard did visit, and they kind of put him on ice to try to get Cam Ward. That didn't work. Howard now I've been hearing whispers to Ohio State. So don't know. If Miami does not get Will Howard, I'm not sure where they pivot, and that just means that they'll just have their young quarterbacks there for spring ball. Who knows? They have all that money and can't pay for a quarterback. I think that's hilarious.
Mm. Mm.
I think that's hilarious because they offer Cam Ward a bag, but he must have watched that film and said, "Oh no, I'm out."
Mm. I think somebody must have talked to Cam and said that be he might have a good shot at going top 3 rounds in the draft, which I don't think so. You don't think so, but I don't know why he didn't go to Miami. I
Roger
was
Goodell don't think so.
Yeah, Roger Goodell definitely doesn't think so. And like I said, if it works for him, it works for him. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, Miami, it might be tight. Like, because I'm looking at their roster right now. Who the hell they gonna start, bro?
A lot of the fans want to see Corey Brown get some time. I know he's young. And I just look at it like this. I'm like, if your staff is aggressively in the portal trying to get an older quarterback, that means that younger quarterback is not ready. And for those of you guys who wonder what happened to Tyler Van Dyke, I saw him at the Wisconsin game on the sideline with the Wisconsin jersey on. So he got up there real quick, and they got him a jersey real quick. He wasn't playing, bro. He's just in a jersey, no pads.
Mm.
But like, yeah, so that's where Tyler Van Dyke is. He's in Wisconsin. But yeah, if your staff's looking for an older quarterback, that just means your younger guys aren't ready. So
They best bet is Caden Salter from Liberty. He entered the transfer
yes, that's an
portal
option.
today.
That's an option. He did just enter the portal.
Yeah, shit, if they don't got to if they can't find a way to snag him, then I don't know what they're gonna do. It might be a long season for Miami again. Another 7-6, and Mario Cristobal might be out.
Yeah, he has to win now.
Mm-hmm.
They throwing that money around like it's nothing. You got to win, my brother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You have to
Absolutely.
win.
Especially with, Florida State's already been back. So, definitely the rumblings in Miami are like, well, if they're back, then what's going on with us?
We should be back.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect opportunity for Gus and UCF to try to, be the second best team in the state.
Yeah, I was thinking about what Florida got, and yeah, you're right. Hey, and this might be good.
Hey, Billy, you got to win, my brother.
Yeah, see, really quick side note on Florida, the Florida thing. I think their fans need to just realize that's probably going to be like a 3 to 5 year project at this point.
Bro, we're entering year 3.
Okay, he probably need like 2 more years. It's not going to be a 3-year project.
Especially, not getting 5. You're not getting 5 in Gainesville.
Huh?
They're not giving him 5 in Gainesville, bro.
Not at all.
It's not happening.
That's true. Not at all. But yeah, it's a perfect opportunity for Gus, especially now that UCF is in the Big 12. So, if they can establish themselves, especially on the recruiting trail and in the transfer portal somehow and get those wins racked up, then, we're not talking about a Scott Frost UCF. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a UCF that potentially make playoff.
Yeah. And I'll say this for any recruits that ever stumble upon this and they got an offer from UCF. Listen, man, take it from me, from experience. Orlando's not a bad place to kick it as a teenager and a young adult. It's not a bad place, man. It's more than just Disney World. Not a bad place. The scenery is nice scenery. Nice scenery.
You funny as hell, bro.
It is. It's a nice school. It's a nice school. Palm trees, you know what I'm saying? All that's nice, man. Nice school.
I mean, yeah,
I'm just saying.
80-degree weather year round. 98 degrees inside your dorm. All that.
It's not 98 degrees inside your dorm.
I didn't mean it like temperature wise.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, USF too, bro. USF, hey, man. Neither here nor there. Different conversation for a different day.
That's funny.
I wonder if they got a grad program.
That's funny as hell. Yo. Hey, I heard Cam Mars does like Tampa. Is that true?
No, yeah, nice place, man. I like Tampa. Nice place to relax.
I heard you love Tampa, bro.
Yeah, good time.
Shout out to Clearwater, some of the best beaches in the U.S. All that.
Yeah, it is. You almost set the world.
Nah.
It's not. It's not in the world. Like, yeah, I go to Louis just in Clearwater a few months ago. So
I feel you.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, so hey, man, Tampa, Florida, man, Clearwater Beach, get you a nice little cabana. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's a good time.
I feel it. All right. Shout out to Clearwater, Florida, UCF, USF, and all the Florida schools. Also, shout out to Miami, and we're gonna pray for y'all. We're gonna pray for y'all with this quarterback.
Pray for y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna shout out to my people in Pinellas County, my people in Hillsborough County, my people in Polk County. You know what I'm saying? 863-813. What's going on?
you was finna start shouting out schools too. I thought you was finna be like St. Thomas Aquinas. You know where y'all at? Yo, I was like, what area code is that?
You know what I'm saying? Shout out all my people that went to Armwood back in the day, man. All my people that went to Lakeland back in the day. All my people at Lake Gibson back in the day. You know what I'm saying? All my people at Kathleen back in the day. My Valrico folks. Plant City was good. Tampa Bay Tech, man, was good, man. All my people at Plant High School was popping.
There's really a Tampa Bay Tech, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out all my people over there on I-4. You know what I'm saying? Temple Terrace was good.
That's crazy.
Ebor was popping. Suitcase City was good. shout out my man Jabarto. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't forget y'all. I'm still
I was like, bro, you don't even get this many shout outs for the crib. I was like, damn. I was like, Tampa, what?
Hey, shout out my people. Shout out my people that went to Brandon High School in the early 2010s. I almost went there too. But y'all was ass in football. I had to go back home.
Dang. It was like that, bro.
Let me stop that. Oh man.
Hey, bro. Shit, we thank y'all for tuning in. Is that it? That's
Yeah,
it.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we might give y'all another one after the playoff, or after the
Oh
champion.
yeah,
The recap.
yeah, definitely. I think we'll be back. Portal stuff. We'll definitely. We'll also try to start dropping some smaller videos that cover more niche topics and subjects, something that may not require a full 30, 45. If there's a portal move, a transfer move, something like that, a coaching move, we'll try to highlight those, throw it on our YouTube, which we'll start using more and more full time. Which is at a show about football. It's a YouTube name. Go ahead and subscribe and like the videos. The same thing. The same thing on TikTok. I'm at 80 mil cam. Drop the tick.
I'm at
Top.
Craig Jordan 23 on TikTok.
Yeah. And then we also may, I don't know, we haven't talked about this. I'm just spewing this out. Maybe we may transition to the college basketball too, since that'll be more giving us more content to talk about over the next few months. Conference play starting. Big Ten conference play starts today. You know where we at with it.
Oh dang! So does that mean technically the show is about football, but does that mean we might get the Cam Mars show?
The Cam Marsh show. It's all the same thing. I don't know if we spin it off. But long story short, man, all the football stuff, man, is gonna be up on YouTube, up on TikTok. Like I said, follow me at 80 mil cam on TikTok. Follow me at Camden Mars on Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube.
I'm at Craig Jordan 23 on TikTok, JT Jumps 23 on Instagram, Twitter. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Craig Jordan fan club too. I'm starting a fan club for all the ladies out there. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe to Craig Jordan's Ladies Club. Shout out to all the ladies out there.
With that being said, man, we out, man. Oh.